This is the Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, August 10th. Thanks for joining us. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. We begin in the law courts, where the case against the proposed Hyatt Hotel has been adjourned until next Wednesday. The judicial review was brought by attorney David Comishong against Prime Minister Frondell Stewart over his granting of a planning approval for the construction of the multi-million-dollar hotel on Bay Street. The adjournment came after 3 hours of legal arguments. Attorneys made their oral submissions before Madam Justice Sonia Richards in the number 9 Supreme Court from about 11 a.m. Veteran attorney Hal Gollop QC is representing the Prime Minister, while Barry Gale QC is the attorney for the Hyatt Developers Visions Development, Inc. Following today's sitting, Commission told the media the latest adjournment was as a result of a lengthy summation by Gale.
Mr. Stewart's lawyer addressed the court today on that application.
That was Mr. Gollop.
That's Mr. Hal Gollop. The court also heard from the lawyer of Visions Development, Inc., Mr. Mark Maloney's company, and that was Mr. Barry Gale. Mr. Gale is still continuing to address the court in relation to this matter. So the matter has been adjourned to Wednesday of next week at 10:30, when presumably Mr. Gale will complete his address, and then I will respond to their submissions. I will address it.
Local hoteliers are raising concern over the shooting on Kadooment Day, which left one man dead and several others injured. Officials at the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association say they are holding talks with relevant stakeholders on the matter and will issue a more detailed statement at a later date. The association also extended its condolences to Rock's family and extended best wishes to those who were injured. Their concerns come one day after the Barbados Tourism and Marketing Inc. gave assurances that the island remains a safe destination. BTMI CEO William Griffith told Barbados Today that while the shooting was unfortunate, the country remains a safe place to vacation. A recruitment company is reporting a significant increase in the number of Barbadians and Caribbean nationals seeking employment on cruise ships. Trinity Recruitment Services is the agent of Apollo Ship Chandlers Inc., Carnival Cruise Lines, Emirates International, and Fleet Pro. Its CEO and founder, Judith Canterbury, says the sluggish economy and high unemployment levels have prompted more people to turn to the cruise industry for employment. The company today hosted a recruitment drive for the TUI Discovery vessel, which is scheduled to home port in Barbados from November for the winter season. An estimated 80 people showed up for approximately 40 vacancies in the areas of housekeeping, restaurant, and bar.
With the changes that has taken place not only in Barbados with the economy and shortage of jobs, also in the islands we are seeing an increase, a large number of increase of applicants, looking to make cruise ship a form of employment right now. These are people that we've screened, have trained, some have previous experience, cruise ship employment experience already. So basically, these are people that we have brought up to the standard of what this company is looking for today.
Trade union officials, as well as those in the business community, are optimistic ahead of tomorrow's meeting of the Social Partnership. They have been pressing for talks with Prime Minister Frondell Stewart to discuss concerns over this year's budgetary measures. Back in May, Finance Minister Chris Sinclair announced an increase in the National Social Responsibility Levy and the introduction of a 2% levy on foreign exchange transactions among austerity measures to get the economy back on track. President of the Barbados Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Eddie Abed, tells Barbados Today they are looking forward to airing their concerns.
With the glare of television cameras tomorrow, there may be some sense of being professional and considering that the audience is more than those in the room, that individuals may want to take the opportunity to speak to wider Barbados. But generally speaking, we are in support of the meeting. We are very anxious to have the meeting, and most importantly, we're optimistic that if not results will come tomorrow, that absolutely everyone would have had the opportunity to air their concerns and work towards the results in the next coming weeks. And I do say weeks versus months. And we've been given the indication by government and our partners, the union in this, that they too want a similar outcome. So, yeah, as far as we're concerned, we're very, very optimistic about tomorrow.
Prime Minister Stewart has said that the talks will be televised, but head of the Private Sector Association, Charles Herbert, has some reservations about that decision.
We are being told that the whole thing is going to be televised live. We are not sure that that creates the most conducive environment for the discussions that we're hoping to have, but the government is insisting that it be televised, and we are not in a position to object. We are not afraid of anything that we will say in public, and therefore, we're not making a big issue of it. But we're not convinced that it is the most constructive way to hold these discussions.
President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, shares the same view, but says he's ready for the talks.
The union's position, I guess, my position is that we will defend our position anywhere, in any form. For myself, this is speaking from my perspective now, I have never really participated in a meeting where it was televised to the general public. So this will be a first time for me. But my position is simply going to the meeting and making sure that I defend the position of the public servant to the best of my ability.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I God, how you keeping? But you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling. This month now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have made a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. Because at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados Today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, at pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
A pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
In news from the region, electricity consumers in the Bahamas have been complaining of exorbitant bills, and they want something to be done about it. An attorney and environmentalist says the ongoing issue is unacceptable, and he is optimistic that steps will be taken to reduce the bills.
The cost of electricity is horrible, and it is biting into people's income. It threatens people's security and quality of life. Poor people are suffering, and well-to-do people are paying huge amounts of money. Our electricity bills have become like another mortgage payment, and people work all their life, and then a quarter of their income goes just to keep the house in power and comfort. And although generally there is good service, there are things going on like power surges that cause frequent burnout of electricity appliances, Frigidairs, washing machines, computers, and so forth. And although there's theoretically the mechanism for compensation, it's never fully satisfactory, and the public is suffering.
And finally, U.S. President Donald Trump today stepped up his rhetoric towards North Korea and its leader. He warned Pyongyang against attacking Guam or U.S. allies after the country announced plans to fire missiles over Japan to land near the U.S. Pacific territory. Trump said that the North Korean leader, Kim Jong-un, has disrespected the United States and he will not get away with it. We get more in this Reuters report.
President Donald Trump not backing down an inch on North Korea and his warnings of fire and fury.
The people that were questioning that statement, was it too tough? Maybe it wasn't tough enough.
Trump ratcheting up the rhetoric after North Korea shrugged off Wednesday's unprecedented blunt language from an American president, calling the fire and fury taunt, quote, a load of nonsense.
I don't think they mean that, and I think it's the first time they've heard it like they heard it.
Trump meeting at his Bedminster, New Jersey golf course with Vice President Mike Pence and later with National Security Advisor H.R. McMaster and Chief of Staff John Kelly, hammering out a strategy to deal with the growing threat. The flurry of briefings coming hours after Pyongyang upped the tensions with a detailed outline of a planned missile strike later this month near the Pacific island of Guam, home to multiple U.S. military bases and 160,000 Americans.
And on that note, we come to the end of our news update, but there is more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune in to Mix 96.9 FM for the very latest. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.